The lush expanse of jungles from all around the world each has its own unique biodiversity. Hidden amidst the trees and greenery are the strangest things that often can't be explained. In this video, we'll take a look at the most bizarre finds in nature's most peculiar sanctuaries. From superorganism keeping dead trees alive to old ancient rings older than the Amazon forest itself, here are 20 scary jungle discoveries that can't be explained. Number 20. Superorganism supporting a vampire tree. We often think that jungles and forests are what they are because of the many plants and trees that make them up. However, this bizarre discovery is making scientists rethink what jungles and forests really are. In 2019, researchers discovered a strange stump in the wilderness of New Zealand. The stump was supposed to have been dead, no longer able to suck up nutrients and water. And yet, it remained standing. What's keeping this strange vampire tree alive? This stump was once a mighty kauri tree, and it's expected that it's already decayed and decomposed, returning to the soil and nature. However, scientists discovered a fascinating secret. Beneath the jungle was a network of roots entwined together, creating a community that included not just one or two trees, but dozens or even hundreds. And this supposed dead stump is acting as a bridge, sucking and taking in nutrients despite being dead. The kauri stump has figured out how to cheat death by grafting its roots into its neighbor's roots. It mooches on water and nutrients from these generous neighbors at night, hence its name vampire. During the day, the trees around the stump absorb water, and during the night, they give this vampire tree its own share. This seemingly systematic way of feeding and getting nutrients makes scientists think that instead of a single unit, a forest is a massive superorganism with an entire network of trees and plants working together for the ecosystem to flourish. Number 19. Real-life Mowgli. Have you heard about the story of the Jungle Book? In it, Mowgli was raised by wild animals. But did you know that a similar story unfolded in real life? In 1867, a group of hunters ventured into the lush jungles of India, and there, they found a young boy who acted nothing like a human. Initially, they believed they found a lone wolf guarding a cave, but when they looked closer, they realized that the creature they were looking at was a young boy, a clueless, innocent little boy around 6 years old who didn't speak, didn't act human, and didn't know how to interact. No one knew how he got into the jungle or survived there for long. No one knew where he came from, but one thing was for sure, this boy was unlike any other. The hunters immediately whisked the young child away from the jungle and brought him to the Sikandra Mission Orphanage, hoping he could live a better life there. Arriving on a Saturday, the missionaries thought it would be befitting to call the nameless boy Dina Sanachar, which means Saturday in Hindi. However, the nickname Wolf Boy seemed more fitting for this mysterious child, who seemed to have grown up believing he was part of the animal kingdom. Dina Sanachar's life at the orphanage was like no other. He moved around on all fours, just like his wolf family, and his way of communicating involved growls and howls. Human language was a mystery to him, and pointing was as perplexing as a riddle from the jungle. But with time, he slowly learned the ways of humans. He learned how to stand on his own 2 feet, dress himself, and say a few words. However, he also picked up a bad human habit, smoking. Nonetheless, Dina had a second chance to live like a human. But here's the thing. Dina Sanachar wasn't the only wolf child at the orphanage. There were others just like him brought in from the jungle. However, Dina was the most special. Yet, as fascinating as this story is, some people questioned its authenticity. Some skeptics believed it was all just a publicity stunt by the missionaries, while others thought the children might have had some intellectual or physical challenges. You see, there were other cases of feral children, like Oksana from Ukraine, who was raised by stray dogs, or Shamdeo from India, who lived with wolves. Sadly, Dina Sanachar's story didn't have a fairy tale ending. After spending a considerable time among humans, he never quite fit into their world. His body succumbed to tuberculosis when he was only 35, but even for a short while, he lived a life with humans. Number 18. Siblings survive 40 days. In the heart of Colombia's jungles, an unbelievable story unfolded recently. It all began on May 1, 2023, when a small Cessna 206 airplane plummeted into the dense, treacherous Amazon jungle. It was a tragic accident, and no one expected its passengers to survive. But amid the wreckage, something incredible happened. 4 siblings, aged 13, 9, 5, and 1, defied all odds to survive the unimaginable. Stranded in the wilderness with no help or aid, the 4 completed the impossible feat of survival. With little to no supplies, dangerous snakes slithering, spiders lurking, and pesky mosquitoes buzzing around, it was incredibly hard for anyone to survive, especially 4 young children. Thousands of volunteers scoured the wilderness, holding on to hope like never before. The military, with helicopters scanning from above and soldiers on the ground, made it a mission to bring them back safely. Flyers were spread, food kits distributed, and the entire jungle was scoured. As days passed, many grew hopeless, but it seemed like there was a light at the end of the tunnel. After 40 gripping days, a search party heard the cries of the youngest, baby Kristen, who celebrated turning 1 amid the wild ordeal. There they were, the 4 siblings, all of them looking malnourished, dehydrated, and exhausted. What's important, however, is that they were alive and breathing. Authorities were convinced that the eldest, 13-year-old Leslie Makuti, was the unsung hero, drawing on her grandma's jungle wisdom to lead the way. She knew which fruits to eat, where to find water, and how to evade the jungle's dangers. With her prior knowledge about the jungle, she managed to keep her siblings alive just in the nick of time for soldiers to arrive. Now imagine the relief and joy that washed over the nation when the brave siblings were finally found and brought to safety. Their resilience and survival prowess earned them accolades, even from the Minister of Defense, who praised Leslie's leadership. Number 17. Sistine Chapel of the Ancients. Deep in the heart of the Colombian jungle, a team of daring researchers stumbled upon an incredible treasure trove of ancient art dating back a staggering 12,500 years. Can you imagine? These captivating paintings adorn cliff faces stretching nearly 8 miles, like an ancient art gallery etched into nature's canvas. What's more intriguing, however, is that archaeologists discovered handprints left behind by the very hands of our prehistoric ancestors. The handprints represent the very hands that created the prehistoric art. The magnificent stone wall depicts creatures that have been long extinct, mastodons and paleolamas, the ancient relatives of modern elephants and camels, captured in time by some of the first humans to ever roam the Amazon. There are also drawings of giant sloths and Ice Age horses immortalized on those cliff faces, telling us stories of a world we can only imagine. This archaeological site has been fittingly named the Sistine Chapel of the Ancients, and trust me, it's a title well deserved. The sheer scale and abundance of these ancient masterpieces are mind-boggling, and experts predict that generations will be needed to unravel their secrets fully. Number 16. The Mahamba. In the depths of the Democratic Republic of the Congo lies a strange cryptid. This mysterious creature is said to lurk around the murky waters of Lake Likwala Swamp, and its reputation is no small matter. It's rumored to be a colossal crocodile, stretching up to a jaw-dropping 50 feet in length. Some believe it could be a living relic of the ancient mosasaurs, those gigantic sea-dwelling lizards that vanished eons ago during the Cretaceous period. The local Babangi Aboriginals are no strangers to the tales of Mahamba, and for them, this creature is a death machine. They proclaimed it to be unlike any other creatures they've ever encountered, drawing comparisons to Nkoli and the legendary Nguma Manene to emphasize its monstrosity. Can you imagine navigating the waters on a peaceful raft or canoe, only to face the sheer terror of this elusive monster attacking and devouring your vessel? No wonder this cryptid has captured the imaginations of explorers and locals. The first sightings of Mahamba can be traced back to the 1880s, when John Reinhard Werner, an engineer in the service of the Congo Free State, had multiple encounters with these enormous crocodiles while traversing the Congo River. Werner was so taken aback by the encounters that he believed these giant crocs were relatively common in the region. But to this day, the truth behind Mahamba's existence remains an enigma, shrouded in mystery and intrigue. So whether it's an ancient aquatic relic or an oversized crocodile, the legend of Mahamba continues to fascinate conspiracy theorists and cryptozoologists. Number 15. The Megatherium. Let's go back to the year 9000 BC, a time when South America was a land of giants. Among the sprawling grasslands and forests roamed incredible creatures like the Megatherium, a colossal ground sloth the size of an elephant. For a staggering 5.3 million years, the the Megatherium reigned as the king of mammals, dominating the southern grasslands and lightly forested regions. Weighing in at a remarkable 4 tons, these herbivorous giants likely moved at a slow pace, much like their modern-day sloth relatives. However, their colossal size made up for their slow movement. As the planet changed, mass extinction wiped out prehistoric animals like the woolly mammoth and saber-toothed tiger. And for a while, it seemed like the Megatherium was also lost forever. However, in 1788, this incredible creature was spotted again, raising questions about its survival amid the changing landscape. From southern Argentina to Colombia, the Megatherium likely traversed the entire continent of South America. Standing tall at 13 feet while on its hind legs, the Megatherium could reach high foliage and treetops to feast on vegetation. With a mix of sloth-like features and those of its descendant, the anteater, this ancient behemoth caught the attention of none other than Charles Darwin, inspiring his theories of evolution. Their immense size and ability to procure food from great distances allowed them to thrive for millions of years, largely unchallenged by smaller mammals. But as we ponder their incredible journey, a question lingers. What led to the eventual decline of this seemingly resilient mammalian force? Did they evolve, adapt, or simply vanish from the pages of history? Number 14. Hidden Jungle. In the mysterious depths of China's Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region, explorers discovered something incredible in 2022, a colossal sinkhole that holds an ancient forest. Unlike other sinkholes, this geological feature is a vibrant sanctuary of life, plunging an astonishing 630 feet deep, stretching 1,004 feet long, and spanning 492 feet wide. It harbored an ancient forest that defied the test of time. Towering trees, reaching over 100 feet in height, proudly stood as a testament to their longevity. But what truly amazed the explorers was the unique flora thriving within this hidden world. Old trees that are most likely centuries old adorn this subterranean ecosystem, possibly concealing species never before documented by science. And while giant sinkholes known as Tiankang or heavenly pits are not uncommon in China, this discovery of an ancient forest was undoubtedly a rare gem among them. Number 13. A Lonely Soldier. Teruo Nakamura, an enigmatic historical figure, holds the extraordinary title of being the last Japanese soldier to surrender after World War II. In 1974, nearly 3 decades after the war's end, he was finally discovered on the Indonesian island of Morotai, where he had been living in seclusion, unaware that the conflict had long concluded. Fortunately, he returned to Taiwan, where he received a tremendous amount of money as compensation for his service. On June 15, 1979, Nakamura died of lung cancer, ending his peaceful and fulfilling life with his family. Number 12. The Snake Island. Nestled off the coast of Brazil, this uninhabited island is officially known as Ilha de Queimada Grande. The island's fame and eerie reputation stem from its chilling inhabitants, the golden lancehead vipers. These venomous serpents, found nowhere else on the planet, have turned Snake Island into their exclusive domain. With an estimated population of up to 5 snakes per square meter, it's no wonder this place is deemed the most venomous snake habitat on Earth. The venom of the golden lancehead is deadly, capable of melting flesh and causing intense pain, earning it a rightful place in the nightmares of many. The Brazilian government recognizes the peril this island poses to humans and has strictly restricted access, making Snake Island one of the most off-limits and well-guarded places on the planet. Number 11. The Bizarre Goat Man. Deep within the shadowy realm of dense forests and eerie wilderness, the Goat Man lurks as one of the most enigmatic and haunting folklore creatures. The Goat Man is a creature of duality, said to possess a humanoid body with the head of a goat. With its unsettling appearance and hypnotic gaze, it's known to haunt desolate woods, abandoned structures, and forgotten trails, seeking to unsettle and terrify those who dare to wander too close to its domain. Many believe the Goat Man to be an elusive and shape-shifting entity, capable of taking on various forms to ensnare its unsuspecting victims. From the Appalachian Mountains to the remote forests of the Pacific Northwest, encounters with the Goat Man have been recounted with trembling voices and wide-eyed astonishment. Some claim it to be a vengeful spirit, while others believe it to be a cursed creature or the result of a ghastly experiment gone awry. Regardless of its origin, mentioning the Goat Man's name invokes an unsettling sense of dread among those who have heard its chilling tale. Number 10. Mayan City. In the dense jungles of Guatemala, an extraordinary archaeological revelation unfolded as pioneering laser mapping technology unveiled the hidden secrets of the ancient Maya civilization. Light detection and ranging, or LiDAR for short, is a revolutionary approach using laser pulses beamed from a plane. Through this advancement, researchers made a groundbreaking discovery: over 60,000 Maya structures, ranging from modest houses to formidable fortifications and interconnected causeways, previously concealed in the wilderness. The precision of LiDAR allowed these experts to create intricate topographical maps, shedding new light on the Maya's remarkable achievements. Contrary to previous beliefs that Maya cities existed in isolation, the LiDAR scans painted a different picture, revealing a sophisticated and interconnected civilization. Number 9. Man of the Hole. In the heart of the forest, a man known as Indio de Barranco, the indigenous man of the Hole, led a life of seclusion and resistance, evading contact with the outside world for an astounding 26 years. His existence remained a captivating mystery for activists and officials alike, as he was the last surviving member of his tribe, leaving behind a legacy of forgotten traditions and untold stories. His ingenious method of survival earned him the nickname Indigenous Man of the Hole, due to his penchant for digging deep pits to capture animals or to find refuge. Reports suggest that the man passed away peacefully, estimated to be around 60 years old, surrounded by vibrant, colorful feathers, a poignant sign of his preparation for the afterlife. Regrettably, this chapter in human history has come to a close, and with the passing of this enigmatic figure, his people's existence on Earth is now extinguished forever. Since 1996, the Brazilian authorities have been observing the man from a distance, but his real identity and his tribe remained a puzzle, shrouded in the impenetrable veil of the rainforest. Number 8. Altar of Missing People. In 2016, James Rankin set off on a hiking adventure through the serene woods of Huntington's Berkeley-Jackson County Park in Long Island. Little did he know that he was about to stumble upon a chilling discovery that would leave him intrigued and spooked. As he made his way through the dense foliage, he suddenly found himself face to face with what he could only describe as a creepy shrine to missing persons. Strangely, over a dozen missing person flyers were eerily posted on the trees, forming an unsettling display near the remnants of a shelter. Despite the unnerving sight before him, James decided to document his findings with his trusty smartphone, recording a video that would soon take the internet by storm. To this day, James still wonders what type of person thinks it's all right to install such creepy decorations in the middle of nowhere. Number 7. Scalding river that boils animals alive. Deep within the dense Amazon rainforest of Mayantuyacu, Peru, lies a river shrouded in mystery and danger. Locals have known about this otherworldly phenomena for centuries, calling it Chinay-Timpishka, or the Boiling River. And just as the name suggests, its waters can reach temperatures so scorching that small animals unfortunate enough to come into contact with it are boiled almost instantly, with temperatures ranging from 50 to a staggering 90 degrees Celsius along its 3.9-mile course. Certain areas come close to the boiling point at 100 degrees Celsius, inflicting third-degree burns in a mere matter of seconds. For generations, the Ashaninka people have shared tales of this surreal river, attributing its existence to a mythical giant serpent named Yakumama, or Mother of the Waters. As if to validate their ancient folklore, at the river's source, a massive boulder shaped like the head of a serpent stands as a testament to the primordial legend. While the locals have revered and feared the boiling river for ages, the rest of the world dismissed it as mere fiction. And so imagine the surprise of researchers when they validated the existence of this boiling river. Number 6. Giant fungus. In the ancient Blue Mountains of eastern Oregon is a fungal mystery, a massive shroom. Among the serene beauty of the forest lies one of the most extraordinary life forms known to humanity, the Armillaria ostoyae, also known as the shooting fungus or the infamous honey mushrooms. But don't let the sweet name fool you, for this colossal fungus is a force to be reckoned with. Stretching over an astounding 2,200 acres, equivalent to a sprawling 3 square miles, this giant fungus has quietly thrived for over 2,400 years, making it the oldest known organism on Earth. Can you imagine, dear viewers, starting life as a microscopic spore and then slowly spreading roots beneath the forest floor for millennia? Some experts even speculate that its age might surpass a staggering 8,000 years. For you see, the honey mushrooms are not your typical forest flora. They're considered parasites. Beneath the bark of the trees, they insidiously rot the roots, draining the life from their woolly hosts over decades. The poor trees fight back, oozing pitch in desperation, but they're ultimately doomed. This giant fungus doesn't just reign as the largest organism on the planet, it reigns as one of the most perilous too. Back in 1988, Forest Service employee Greg Whipple stumbled upon this behemoth of a fungus, initially thinking it covered only 400 acres. Upon further exploration, it became evident that this was no ordinary fungus. It was a colossal, interconnected entity stretching across vast expanses of the forest. If gathered in one pile, it would weigh at least a jaw-dropping 7,500 tons, or possibly even as much as 35,000 tons. But while scientists marvel at this epic organism, the local timber industry cringes at its very mention. For generations, it's been a relentless destroyer of precious wood, defying every attempt to be tamed. Number 5. Humpback whale in the Amazon. In the lush and remote jungles of Marajo Island in Brazil, a team of wildlife experts and biologists stumbled upon a jaw-dropping spectacle in 2019. A 10-ton humpback whale, a majestic creature of the ocean, lying lifeless amidst the shrubbery. It was a mystery how the ocean creature ended up in the heart of the jungle. Some thought it might have washed ashore during a storm, while others believed it was already lifeless when the rising tides carried it inland. How did this ocean giant travel so far from its natural habitat? Humpback whales are typically found in the southern seas during late summer and fall. While they have ventured north to the Amazon River's mouth on rare occasions, this particular encounter was nothing short of extraordinary and tragic. As they gazed upon the 36-foot-long carcass, a haunting scene emerged. Swooping scavenger birds, their screeches piercing through the jungle's canopy, brought the attention of local officials. The mystery of the humpback's death remains unsolved. Was it separated from its mother? Or did another fate befall this young explorer of the seas? Regardless, let's hope this will be the last whale carcass found on the shores. After all, these creatures' numbers are rapidly dwindling. Number 4. Mangrove trapped in time. In 2021, scientists made an astonishing discovery in the heart of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, a hidden landlocked mangrove forest, home to the elusive red mangroves that have survived in the area for an entire century. This forest, unlike any other, sits over 125 miles away from the nearest ocean, chilling near the San Pedro River in Tabasco, southeast Mexico. How in the world did these mangroves manage to break all the rules and adapt to a freshwater lifestyle? An international team of researchers revealed that the mangrove ecosystem had been around for over 100,000 years, and for some strange reason, the species survived the changing water. So we may not have all the answers yet, but this discovery marks a leap forward for science. The San Pedro mangroves hold the key to unraveling the secrets of adaptation and survival in freshwater conditions. Number 3. Leonardo DiCaprio snake. There are a lot of creatures undiscovered in the world, and this snake just might be one with the weirdest name. This is DiCaprio's snail-eating snake, one of the 5 species discovered in the lush forests of Central and South America. It's a mesmerizing serpent with eyes that glow like fiery coals and a color resembling burnt embers. Leonardo DiCaprio, actor and conservationist, bestowed the name Sibylle Ermelyn DiCaprioe upon the snake species, honoring his mother, Ermelyn Inden Birkin. This scientific name cleverly combines his mother's first name with DiCaprio's surname. In collaboration with the Nature and Culture International Foundation, DiCaprio aims to raise awareness about this newly discovered species, which faces significant threats from mining activities. To preserve the numbers of these snakes, we should preserve their natural habitat. It's not just these snakes. Countless other marvelous creatures are yet to be discovered, and we need to step up to protect their home. Number 2. Parasitic fairy lantern. In the lush forests of Borneo, Malaysia, an extraordinary and bizarre plant has resurfaced, creating a buzz 151 years after its initial discovery. This is Thismia neptunus, a fascinating mycoheterotroph, which is a plant that has abandoned photosynthesis in favor of being a full-on parasite, leeching off of other organisms around it. These plants do not need sunlight. These unique plants thrive by feeding on underground fungi, and they have no functional leaves and live their best lives underground. But that's not even the weirdest part. Wait until you see its tiny 3.5-inch flower. It's easy to see how it got its weird name. As alluring as it looks, these plants are actually parasites that hog the nutrients from their neighbors. Another reason to believe that a beautiful appearance doesn't mean something is good. And now it's time for today's topic. Deep in the remote and untamed wilderness of North America, a legendary creature allegedly lurks. A towering, elusive creature known as Bigfoot. For decades, this enigmatic being has captivated the imaginations of people worldwide. While the mystery of Bigfoot is just one of the many jungle discoveries that can't be explained, it's one of the most talked about. The legend of Bigfoot finds its roots in the folklore of various indigenous tribes across the continent. For centuries, these native communities shared stories of giant hairy beings that roamed the dense forests, leaving behind enigmatic footprints and captivating the minds of generations. These legends served as cautionary tales, often warning against straying too far into the wilderness or interfering with the natural order of things. There are various theories that try to explain the existence of Bigfoot, but to no avail. And so, to this day, the mystery of Bigfoot remains. Number 1. Mysterious earthen rings. In 2014, researchers stumbled upon an enigmatic network of square, straight, and ring-like ditches hidden within the rainforest of the Amazon. Astonishingly, these structures predate the existence of the lush jungle itself. But how could that be? The purpose behind these human-made formations remains elusive. They could have served as defense mechanisms, drainage systems, or even held significance in ceremonial rituals long before the Amazon became the lush jungle it is today. What's captivating, however, is the revelation of the ancient Amazonian people's impact on their environment long before Europeans set foot on these lands. For eons, archaeologists believed that the indigenous communities in the Amazon barely left a mark on the landscape, but this discovery proved otherwise. This discovery also showed implications for our modern-day dilemmas. The question of how to preserve the Amazonian rainforest remains contentious. Should humans withdraw entirely, or is coexistence possible? These rings might show us how to coexist with nature without abusing its blessings. These discoveries show just how much we still don't know about our planet's jungles. Do you know other long-enduring mysteries hidden by the lush greenery of the world's jungles? Let me know about them in the comments down below. Also, check out our other cool stuff showing up on the screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.